about 4:45 in the morning, and I've been up for the last couple of hours. I haven't been really able to sleep that much, but I'm just in the bathroom now trying to avoid waking up Brian, because poor Brian doesn't get to have a nap today, but I get to have plenty of naps. So I'm gonna go ahead and just brush my teeth and get ready, and let's see how this goes. Good morning. It's 5 a.m. It's time to get up. Bye. Oh. Hi, cutie.
Hi.
How's it going?
Tired.
Did you get any sleep?
I didn't sleep great. I slept.
Okay. Well, I'll let you wake up.
Alright, 5 more minutes.
Okay. So it's time for me to take a bath. No, I'm not gonna take a bath. I'm taking a shower. It's time for me to take a shower with my special soap that they gave me. I had to use it once last night, and now I have to do it again this morning. And they even gave me like a little instruction booklet on how to do it. And this special soap is supposed to help reduce my risk of getting a surgical infection. So obviously I'm not going to take you into the shower with me because that'd be really weird. But I'm going to go do that, and then I'm going to get dressed, pack up my stuff that I need for the hospital. It's mostly already packed, but I just need to finish, and then we will be heading off probably maybe around 5:50. We'll be heading off to the hospital. So it's time for what is Jessica bringing to the hospital? So this is my travel squatty potty that I'm bringing. I love a squatty potty. If you guys don't know what a squatty potty is, you need one in your life. I'm bringing my travel one because especially after surgery, it might help me with my movements, if you know what I mean. I'm also bringing a bunch of comfy things. So I've got a pair of comfy pants for probably on the way home. Let's be honest, I'm probably not going to be wearing pants a lot in the next few weeks. I also have some comfy, like t-shirt, they're like shirt, it's like sleep shirt kind of pajamas, just really baggy, comfy ones that I'm going to be bringing. I got 2 of those. And I have my Peef shirt just to bring me a little bit of extra joy because, you know, I could use some extra joy. Those are really it for the clothing. And then I'm bringing a bunch of different hats, like some comfy hats that I can sleep in. Somebody sent me this one. I thought this was so cute. I love it. It actually doubles as kind of an eye mask. This is one of my favorites that somebody sent me. And of course, my Peef hat. I have so many more hats, but I'm just going to bring those ones with me. I'm actually bringing my own washcloth because last time I was in the hospital, I was like, your washcloths suck. And these are my favorite washcloths to like wash my face with and stuff. I've had them for years. I'm going to bring some little comfy little slippery situations. A little bit of, what's this guy named? Jack Skellington going on here. And a bunch of comfy socks. All the comfiness is happening. And of course I'm bringing Peef, duh, and his little friend Fergus. Fergus, get in there. I'm bringing some underwear, which I folded up so you guys can't see my underwear because that's weird. I'm also bringing a really soft sheet, although I might actually fold up this sheet because it's already like, I've used it like one day, and bring that one since it's going to be hospital anyway, and that's weird, whatever. But yeah, I like to have my own sheet just in case like it's weird. I don't know, things feel weird on my skin sometimes. So, and I'm also wearing my own pillowcase just in case I want that. And then I'm bringing a couple of trash bags just for like dirty laundry. I will be packing up this cable soon. I have a 6-foot charging cable for my phone. And of course the little adapter that goes into the wall. This was a lifesaver last time I was in the hospital. Seriously, my brother and my sister-in-law gave me this and I was like, this is amazing having this long of a charging cable. I have some like toiletries, toothbrush, toothpaste. The ones they provide you at the hospital are not good. I have some Q-tips, some deodorant, and stuff like that. And then this is one thing that I actually bought and had delivered last time I was in the hospital. It was an extra Amazon Fire TV stick. And hopefully I'll be able to hook this up to the TV in my room, and then I can watch like my Netflix and all of the Hulu and whatever I want to watch. Of course, we're going to have to bring some filming things because, you know, that's the life that we live. That's what I've packed. Of course, Brian can always bring me extra stuff if I need it, right, Brian?
Yup, whatever you want.
So that's all I got. All right, so I have just showered and I have been instructed this morning to start my morning with 2 cups of apple juice, but also drink nothing within 30 minutes of going there. So I need to drink this apple juice now. So that's what I'm gonna do. Supposedly it's been helping them with constipation with their patients. So I'm gonna do whatever they tell me to do. Cheers. It's a Minnesota heat wave. It feels so warm out here. What is it, like 30 something?
Yeah, something like that.
What the heck is happening? Can they knock me out already? Alright. Yeah. Oh, I'm scared.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be fine.
How do you know?
Because you're in the best hospital in the world.
Yeah.
I'll be waiting for you, okay?
Okay. What about Peef?
I got beef.
Okay. As long as you have Peef.
I have beef.
Don't lose him.
I won't lose it.
Okay.
Hi. So I've been sitting here bouncing around throughout the hospital for about 6 hours now. Well, actually, more like 8+ at this point. But her procedure has been going on for about 6 hours now, and I'm doing okay. Talking to people, chatting, and keeping myself busy. Watching videos and listening to music, listening to my book. Just all the normal stuff that people would be doing to keep their minds busy. I'm not letting fear get a hold of me. I'm not letting anxiety get a hold of me. I'm just doing my thing. But, yep, hopefully she will be getting out soon. If, hopefully within the next bit here, and I'll be able to actually go see her. So, record that whenever that actually happens. But it's been a long day so far, and I'm really looking forward to getting that text message saying that she is in recovery and she's on her way to her room. So I don't know. Hopefully this next video I show you will be of her in bed, possibly drugged up. So I'll see you in a bit. Well, it's been a very long day, and Jessica should be coming up to her room very soon, which is exactly where I am. I'm just waiting for her to show up and see how she's doing and all that, and take a little bit of a breather while we get ready for the road to recovery. So yeah, I can't wait to see her.
Today is Friday, January 20th, and I believe I will be getting out of the hospital today. So I wanted to just kind of talk about what the last few days have been like and what's been going on. So obviously Monday I came in and they did the surgery, and is, pretty big, major, invasive surgery. The cut that they put into me is quite large. I'll have to, at some point, maybe we'll do like a measurement on it so we can see how big it actually is, but it goes above and below where my belly button is. But getting in for surgery was pretty uneventful for the most part. We just, I was very irritated, to be honest. I was like not in the best of moods. We kind of, so I guess it wasn't necessarily super uneventful. We kind of like were walking around the hallways. We didn't know where we were going at first. Brian and I were arguing a little bit because I was just annoyed that he was like, go this way, and then that ended up not being the right way, even though obviously he was just trying to be helpful. And then we had to go wait in another line that wouldn't have been there if we'd gotten there before. Like, it was just those little things, and never something you want to go through, like, obviously when you're getting ready to have major surgery. But yeah, so that was kind of a bump. I was hot. They had to give me an enema, so that was not fun. I think we got a little video of me holding that thing up. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it was just like adding to the morning. It was like doing that. They were marking me for a stoma just in case I ended up needing to have like a colostomy bag put in, like a small bowel resection done during the surgery. So they had to mark me for the stoma. So I'm like standing and laying in these weird positions while they mark me with this pen. And that was just kind of, it was just more like uncomfortable, and like you get to the point where you're just like, okay, just knock me out already and do this thing. Like, knock me out already and get this done. But they were all very lovely. The staff and the nurses and everybody was amazing. Then I started getting seen by the anesthesiology team and the doctors and the surgeon. And they were all super, super amazing to just keeping me comfortable and making sure that I knew that everything was fine, everything was normal, like what I was feeling, what was going on, and that, I was in really, really good hands. One of the things that struck me that I do remember is as they were rolling me back into the surgery room, I remember whoever it was that was rolling my bed at that point telling me how he would, if the surgeon that I had, like, is the surgeon he would want to operate on his family if they ever needed something like this. So that kind of gives you that really big confidence boost that you're like, okay, this person, that's kind of the biggest blessing someone can give on a person, I feel like. So yeah, that was good. I do remember that. I remember them rolling me into the room. I remember them giving me, I was actually part of a research study where they gave me the spinal injection for pain. And it's a randomized research. So part of the group gets the spinal and part of it doesn't. So I was in the part that did get it. And so that was just like a research to help see if that's something they should be doing for everybody. So I remember getting that, and then I remember them kind of moving me over to the other, like from the bed to the table, and then I don't really remember anything after that except for waking up. But hold on, stand by. I'm gonna come back. And we're back. Sorry about the brief interruption. I could hear the doctors literally talking outside my door, ready to come in, and then since then I've talked to the doctors. And also, we have a special guest who has arrived, Mr. Brian Kroc. Round of applause. So, yes, when we first left off, I was saying the last thing I remembered was being moved to the table, the operating table, and then waking up, and then the surgeon being by my side, telling me that the surgery had gone well. The funny part was I was kind of like, what time? At some point, I asked them what time it was, and they were like, it's 5 something. And we had gotten there so early, and I think my surgery started somewhere in the 9 o'clock,
almost 9
a.m. range. And so I just was trying to do the math in my head of I was back there for like 8 hours or whatever in surgery. And they're like, yeah, it was a very long surgery, but it was definitely very thorough and very productive. And they did everything that they were meaning to do. And it was not long because of complications like it was the last time I had surgery, which kind of freaked Brian out. But I feel like he held it together. And, I'm sure you were super worried.
I had little bouts of worry. Like I started having weird thoughts of like, because I wasn't in the on the floor that the surgery was happening. I wasn't in that waiting room. I was down somewhere else. And so I was like, if she dies in the operation, I'm like, how are they going to contact me? Are they just going to put a call out, or they're going to text me or something?
I'm sure. Text you and be like, your wife's dead.
Well, they would probably text me and tell me to come like meet the doctor somewhere.
Yeah.
And that would just be bad. Like, cause I know full well that if they're wanting to do it in person, that's probably not good news. But, eventually I got a call from the doctor and she told me everything, like as far as how the surgery went and all that. And, then I, came up to the room.
Yeah, so I remember the surgeon, potentially what she told me, we're hoping will end up being good news. We don't have confirmation yet, so we're not going to, until we have 100% confirmation of everything, we're not going to put it out there into the universe, per se. But we're really hoping for some good news. We're hoping that this surgery was really the positive step in the right direction that I needed at this point in my treatment. So the last several days have been just me recovering. I've been in the hospital for the last 4 nights. I have the first day was okay, then
after the surgery you were basically passed out most of the time.
I mean, I was not really awake. I feel like I've been, even when people were talking to me, I was just laying there with my eyes closed, huh? But on Tuesday night, things took a turn for the worse. So you want to tell them kind of what happened Tuesday night?
So Tuesday night, there were a couple different things. She was feeling more nauseous. She was feeling like more pain. She was running a slight fever. It was just over 100 in Fahrenheit. It was 30 37.9 Celsius, I think. And they said if it goes like one tick higher, that's when like they would have had to do something different as far as treatment is concerned. Just that, like her oxygen sensor started dropping lower, her heart rate was really high.
I was like dehydrated.
And you were dehydrated, and she was just not feeling good. And you know, she started out good, like kind of in the day, and then she just sort of progressively got worse. And
when it was approaching the time when you had to leave because visiting
hours end at 9, and so like it was like I stayed up here as long as I could, and then like I ran into the doctor on the way out, and she told me like, okay, well, if this happens, this is what we're gonna do. If this happens, this is what we're gonna do.
Well, you said that she said if we have to go back to the OR, which I didn't know about that potential.
Well, she told me that she said like in an extreme case they would take you back to the OR, and I was like, okay, and I was like, I know, he's like, that's a possibility, but how do you think that will happen? And she goes, absolutely not. And so she kind of like ran down what they were going to do, and I believe they did it. And overnight,
they gave me a blood transfusion. They put me on oxygen. They got me on some fluids for the dehydration.
Yeah.
And overnight I did throw up, which was like, throwing up for me is like the worst.
Yeah.
Like the worst possible thing that I could do is throw up. And but I will say I did get some relief from the nausea and everything when I did throw up finally. It's like that moment of knowing like, if I throw up, I'll feel better, but not wanting to throw up and kind of fighting in your own body. And I did not pass out, which a lot of times when I throw up, I have like a vagal reaction and actually black out.
Yeah.
So I didn't do that, but I did throw up. It was a very rough night. It just was not a good night.
Yeah, but she texted me or messaged me at like 6 something in the morning, telling me that it was a rough night and that she threw up and all that. And so I got in as soon as I could. On Wednesday, and by the time I got in, she looked a lot better.
Yeah. Wednesday was a better day, but I was hoping for it to be an even better day. I was hoping just to like really turn the corner and just be like perfection.
You just push yourself way too much.
And that did not happen. So Wednesday, I kind of muddled through the day with some pain and nausea on and off.
But you started walking?
But I started walking finally on Wednesday. I didn't get out of the bed till Wednesday, really. I had tried to sit on the edge of the bed on Tuesday a couple times, and it just was not happening.
Yeah.
They wanted me maybe even up and walking that same day as the surgery. So I felt like a failure because I was like, oh, I'm not getting it done. But then they put up these 6 check marks on the like boxes on the little chart, and they were like, you need to like try to walk 6 times today. And so on Wednesday, you better believe it, I walked 6 times. I went out and walked around. Like, yeah, I got all my check marks. You give me an incentive. You give me a check mark. You give me
a gold star.
You give me a grade if I'm going for an A+ here. By the end of last night, I was like, I am ready to get the heck out of here because I cannot spend another night in this bed. Like, I will go insane. I wake up every few hours. I seriously, like, was having crazy dreams. I had a dream.
She's restless right now, if you can't tell.
Oh, yeah, I'm restless right now in this bed. Like, I just want up and out of this bed. Like, I just want to stand up and get out of this bed. I'll probably go for a little walk around the little thing after this.
Yep.
I'm still in quite a bit of pain on and off, and, like, but I'm so restless right now. That's the main thing. But, yeah, I had a dream last night. I don't know if it's the medication or what, but I had a dream last night that, like, I ate something that made my teeth fall out, and, like, all my teeth were falling out, and it was, like, not good, but, yeah. So, the other thing...
There's got to be an interpretation for that kind of a dream.
Yeah, dream interpreters, comment below. The other thing that happened, though, while we were in here is it snowed.
Oh, yeah, it snowed, like, somewhere
lovely
between
snow.
5 and 8 inches up here.
So, we'll splice in a little video. I have a little video of it snowing up here. That I could see from my window, which was quite nice. So that was very nice. But yeah, we will check back in with you guys a little bit later because honestly, I don't have the energy to finish this out right now.
Okay.
I need to get off the camera. I'm like losing the will to sit up.
Yeah.
So we'll be back.
We'll be back.
Okay, bye. Okay, it's the next day because we didn't do any more filming because I was just so ready to get out of the hospital. Then we got back here to the Airbnb in Rochester and I was just like not having any part of filming. It's like no cameras. But I'm having I don't know, I'm having a rough time still. You know, I got out of the hospital. I did go home with this little drain thing, which I will show, but I'm going to try to cover kind of where the fluid part is, but just so you guys can kind of see. If you're squeamish, look away at this point. It's not that gross or anything. There's no blood, but there's a little bit of fluid. It's a little drain that goes into me via a tube. They said it's mostly fluid from the lymphatic area, like the lymph nodes that they removed, which they said that one of the lymph nodes they removed, I don't remember if I said this in the video, but a lymph node is about the size of a kidney bean normally, which we're all in the plant-based community very familiar with what a kidney bean is. Like, they said there was one that they removed that was like this swollen, like this bigger, and that just makes me wince. Doesn't that make you wince? Like, thinking about something that's meant to be that small enlarging to be that big and like still fitting in there, like that just makes me wince. But a lot of the fluid that's still draining off from the surgery is from that, and so I'll probably go back on Monday to have that removed. The drain, they'll remove it hopefully by Monday. I have to get under 500 cc, whatever measurement amount that is, of cubic, I don't know, whatever measurement that is. I have to get under 500 cc per day, and then they'll remove it. So I do have to kind of like clip that. It has like a little clip on it that I clip it onto my like whatever nightgown or giant sleep shirts that I'm just wearing mainly. So I did go home with that, which is kind of annoying. I was hoping to go home without it, but that's fine. It's just for a few days. It just makes things more uncomfortable and annoying and makes me more restless, I think. But it's actually kind of fascinating emptying it and seeing the color change. Like, when it started, it was definitely like blood colored, and then it became this like pink kind of color, and now it's like this kind of, Brian called it sunrise or sunset orange color or something, or yellow color. Like, it's changed in color. It's but it gives them a really good window into like how I'm healing and what's going on in there. We also, another thing that we did was I actually had this in my purse, a little tape measure, and we measured my cut. So my cut, when I'm standing up and everything is like kind of straightened out, I did it laying down first and then we did it standing up. It goes on a curve. So it's kind of like, there's my belly button, like here's above my belly button, here's my belly button. It kind of goes like that. And the incision does. And when you measure from start to finish with the curve included, it's about 1 foot. So for those who are in America, you'll know what 1 foot is very easily. 1 foot is what? 1 foot is like a little over 30 centimeters. So then when you measure it from top to bottom, not including that curve, it is about 10 inches. So about 2 inches less without that curve. So if you measure it from the top to the bottom, it's about 10 inches, which is like 25 centimeters. So yeah, just kind of interesting tidbits there for people who may not know what's going on. It definitely was not a laparoscopic surgery, I'll tell you that much. So yeah, the other thing is I'm just struggling. I'm just I feel like restless. I had an awful night of sleep with like insane dreams, like crazy level dreams that I'm just like, where are these things coming from? Like, the last one was 3 hours of me literally, and they're all lucid dreams, meaning like when you're in control of the dream and you can kind of like, you feel like you're actually awake. And so they really freak you out when you wake up because you're like, was that real? It was like 3 hours of us basically trying to chase down the dogs as they like got into poison. They got, not the band, actual poison. They like got one of them. I don't, if I told you the things in the dream, you'd just be like, what is wrong with you? But I also have to really make sure I keep up on my pain meds. I realized I woke up at 8:45 this morning, and I was supposed to have stuff at 6. So it's not necessarily scheduled, but it's as needed. So I really need to wake up at 6 and see if I need it. But then you kind of want to sleep more. But then if you sleep more, you wake up and you're like just so far behind on the pain. And I'm no stranger to how that process works after my last surgery. So that's been a concern. And then I think there's a lot of thoughts going through my head of like me trying to like almost, my brain trying to like invalidate my pain, because I know other people who are going through worse things, who have more, you know, who are going through things that are more continual, that they're not going to get relief from. And this surgery is something that happened that I know I'll continue to get better from. Hopefully there won't be any complications. And then, you know, there's even potential I wouldn't need chemo after that, like more chemo. And so I might get to a point where I can just be a normal person for a while until we, you know, see how the treatment goes and see how the future goes. We just don't know yet what the future of the treatment's going to be until we get like 100% confirmation on pathology and everything like that. But I think the big thing that I keep telling myself is that no matter if there are people out there who are going through worse things than you, which my heart goes out to one very particular person that I know who's going through worse than me. And I love her, and I love, you know, her and her husband, and they know who they are. We all have a different journey, but what I realized for myself is that, not trying to be like selfish here, sorry, is that you have to, your pain, no matter how, if it's temporary or if it's less temporary than somebody else's, or if it's your situation's better than someone else's, that does not invalidate your pain that you are feeling in this moment. That does not make what you're going through any better. It doesn't make it any better to sit there and say like, oh, you know, I'm going through this, but I could be going through this, 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 or this. It doesn't make what you're going through now any less. It doesn't make it any more, sorry. Now I'm like gonna choke up. Give me 1 second. Also, blowing your nose is something that's very hard post-surgery. Coughing and blowing your nose. Oh my Lord. I use a pillow when I cough and stuff like that, but yeah, your body does not want to do those things. Anyway, I'm just trying to say, you know, again, maybe you're someone out there who's going through something and you're looking at me and saying, oh my gosh, she's going through so much worse. I feel petty being, you know, so upset or complaining about what I'm going through. So maybe you're in that position in relation, like I am in relation to my friend. What you're going through is not any less because of what I am going through, is what I'm trying to tell you. That's kind of the theme of it. And I have to keep reminding myself that, and keep reminding myself that, you know, we all have our own journey. We all have our own things that we're going through. And just because, you know, we're in different stages, we're in different parts of the journey, doesn't mean that any of us are less. And it's just, my heart goes out to anybody who's going through anything like at all, let alone like this, or even worse than what I'm going through. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. My brain is just kind of processing all of that, trying to process, you know, just sitting here in the moment and thinking, how am I going to make it through this moment, the next hour, the next 2 hours, like body hurting, everything just feeling blah, like not feeling like I want to move, not feeling like I want to lay down either, not feeling like I want to be in one position or the other, because it's just restless and I can't get comfortable. And so I've just got to work through it, and I will be continuing to work through it, and all of your thoughts help me work through it as well. I think there's more on that subject I could talk about. I think maybe I'll save some of that for another video as well, some of the other thoughts that are coming up, because I know this video is probably getting pretty long at this point. But if you are not subscribed, please subscribe to our channel. We did just hit 100,000 subscribers while I was in surgery. Nonetheless, like, how is that even a thing? So thank you for that. Brian is super stoked to get his play button. I am super stoked to get Brian the play button, the 100,000 subscriber play button that he has been, you know, had his heart after not since we started the channel, because we thought no one was going to watch us, honestly, but since we started gaining, we were like, oh my gosh, we might actually reach that point where we'll get one of those play buttons. Like, it's just a cool YouTuber thing to have,
to say, you know what, we did that and we built this community and we brought all these people together for hopefully making their lives better. Follow us on social media. You know, I know a lot of you have jumped over and followed on Instagram and maybe Facebook, I'm not sure, but Instagram for sure. We've gone over 31,000 subscribers there, I think, and we have gotten a lot of people who are following along. I will be continuing to update the stories there a little bit more frequently than we post YouTube videos. So if you want to see some extra behind the scenes, you won't really miss anything if you don't, like, you will miss small, stupid, goofy stuff, but you won't miss like the major updates. We always post those on YouTube. It just may take a little longer to get the YouTube video itself out, but I think that's all I got. That's all Peef and his new friend, which Brian got me while I was in surgery. I just love him. And he's called a Pom Pal, which I have Pomeranian, so Pom Pal, never mind. I think that's all we got. Bye.